Welcome back, Data Nerds. What's up? In last session, we explored where clause in detail. We solved a lot of questions. We put a lot of conditions and we explored the where clause as much as we could. And I left the exercise part to you that you have to practice on your own. I hope you are practicing. In this session, we are going to explore three functions: order by, limit, and distinct. I'll explain you what all these things are. As we read the queries, you will get a better idea that what these functions do and how do they help in analyze the data set. So let's get started. This was our data set, which is shoe_sales. Let's just select everything to juggle your memory that what we had in our data set. Shoes_sales. Now, when I run this query, I'll probably will get an error. I'll show you what. Let's bring this thing up. Yes. And as I said that we are getting this error. And what this error says, let's read that. It says no database selected. Understood what it is? It says that you have written select everything from shoes sales, but you already have two databases. One database is awesome chocolate and another is sales. You did not give the command that which database I'm supposed to use. And that's why this is giving an error, right? Which means that if you have multiple databases and you're trying to extract the data from any of the table, first you have to mention that which database you're trying to use. For that, what do we write? We write use. And then you write the name of the database. What is the name of the database? Sales. And then you run this query. Now this shows that it was executed successfully. Okay. Now if we run this query, the select star from everything, this will run. Yep. That's what happened. It successfully ran and now you have the data set available in front of you, right? So that was the deliberate mistake that we made and you don't have to make that. So just to juggle your memory, we had sale ID, date, brand, shoe type, color, country. This was our data set. Now, what are we going to study? We are going to study order by. Okay, let's understand what is this order by first of all. Order, the name itself says that you are trying to sort something. Now, when you sort something, either you can sort in ascending or descending. If it's a numerical value, it's a date value, you can sort it out in ascending manner or in descending manner. If it's a text value, then you can sort it out with A to Z or Z to A, alphabetical order. That's how you sort things. So this is what exactly SQL allows you to do. With the help of order by, you can actually sort numbers in descending or ascending, dates in ascending or descending, text in alphabetical manner. Let's see how. Now, before I write the query, let's first look at our data set. What do we have? We have three numerical columns, right? We have price USD, we have units sold, and we have revenue USD. Imagine you want to see the data to be arranged in such a way that the highest revenue that we have made, that should pop up in the very first row. And then the second one and the third one. So basically, it should be arranged in descending manner. How do you think you're going to do that? You are going to use order by. So we're going to write select everything from show sales, order by, you write like this, and then you give the column name which you want to sort. What is the column name? We want to sort it by revenue USD. Revenue USD. And just run this. So you see 32.38, but that is not the highest value. Then why are we getting it? You are getting it because currently you have not given the command to SQL that do you want to sort it ascending or descending? So when you do not give anything, SQL automatically sorts it in the ascending manner. Currently, you have not written anywhere in this query that I want to sort this data set. I want to sort this whole data set as per revenue USD in descending manner. You have not given, right? So when you do not write this command, SQL automatically assumes that you want it to be in ascending manner. And that's why it arranged the whole row as per revenue USD, where revenue USD is the lowest. So the lowest revenue that we have generated is 32.38, and then we have 32.67. And you see, as you move down, you will get the revenue is increasing bit by bit, right? So that's what happens if you want to order by in the ascending manner. You don't have to write anything. SQL will automatically understand that you want to you want to sort it in ascending manner. Now what happens if I want to sort it in the descending manner? You have to just write DESC. That's it. And if I run this, yep, You see, the highest value, which is 4938.4, is popping up in the very first row of our data set, and that's what we wanted. Then we have this 4834, and you have 4828. If you compare, revenue is going down as you move down. So this is how you sort your data set on the basis of one column. Okay, fine. This was on revenue USD. What if you want to see that, okay, I want to see the data set as per the highest units sold. I want to see like that. Let's see how. Select everything from, you can just copy paste the above query and just change the column name. You can do that as well. I'm writing, so you practice with me. Okay, which is the column that we are going to choose now? Units sold. So units and then sold, right? Now if I do not give ascending or descending, what it will do, it will sort the data set as per the ascending units sold. Let's check that. I'm not giving descending right now. What will happen? See, automatically units sold has gone to 1, and then it will start 2, 3, 4, right? Because it sorted the data set as per the ascending manner. Now I don't want that. I want it to see as descending. Let's check. Yes, so the highest unit sold was 20, and that's why now 20, that row is appearing in the first row. And then you have, as you move, you have 19, you have 18, you must have 17. Yeah, so now the data set has been sorted in the descending manner. The same thing you can try on price USD. I want you to try using this price USD column. Try to sort it out in ascending and descending manner. Okay, this was about numerical column. What if I'm trying to sort a date? What if I'm trying to sort the data set that I want to see the date from which the sale started, and then it should move ahead? How do we do that? We have a date column, right? Nothing, just copy this query, paste it here, and change the column name. Which column? Date. I want to see from the very first date when we started making sales. I do not want it to be in descending manner. What do? I remove the descending. I just keep order by date. And it gives you. So the very first sale which was made was on 3rd of January in 2025. And that's why that date is coming up. And then you have 3rd, you have 4th, you have 5th, 6th. So you see, the whole data set is sorted on the basis of date column, where the oldest date is appearing on the first row, and as you move down, the date is becoming latest as well, right? What happens if I write descending here? Yes, so you get 31st December, because that was the latest date on which we made revenue, and that's why you are getting in the very first row, right? It starts giving you older dates as you move down. I think it's simple. Now, this was about numerical column. This was about date column. What happens if you want to sort the data set as per a text column? Now, text will not work as per the way numerical column or date column works. It will work as alphabetical order. So, all you have to do is copy this, paste it. Let's choose the column. Maybe I want to sort it out as per the country. Let's see what happens. It's not going to make a lot of sense, but still. Country, right? Let's remove descending. Let's just write it. So country was it, right? Let's move it up. See, it has sorted alphabetically. It starts with F, and then as you move down, you have G, and I think then you have I, and then you have S. So simple. It's just sorting it out alphabetically. Sorting with text will not help you maybe in this case, but if you have a column where you want to sort the data set as per alphabetical name, so maybe if you have students data, if you have employees data, and you want to set it out as per the names starting with A should appear first, and then B, and then C, then it might help you, right? In this case, I don't see a lot of value, but I just wanted to clear your concept that you can actually sort it out even if you have a text column. And that's how it works, okay? So I think we're pretty much done with the order by. Now, let's move towards limit. Now, what is limit? Currently, how many rows do you have in this data set? Let's see. You have, so if we just run, select everything from shoe sales, check this out. Check the last row out. What does it say? It says 1000 rows, which means we have 1000 1,000 rows data set. What if we don't want to see the 1,000 rows all the time? Then what are we going to do? What if you have a data set which has 1 million rows? You have a larger data set, but you want to check all the columns, but you cannot select everything from this table. So every time you write this query, the whole 1 million row will appear. And that's not a best practice, right? A good SQL developer would be the one who actually uses less power, computing power, and who writes an optimized query where not a lot of computing power is consumed while giving you the result, right? That's where limit comes. So with the help of limit, you can actually limit the number of rows you want to appear. Let's see how. Select everything from show sales, limit 5. If I just want to see 5 rows, I'll just write limit and 5. And it will give you see the result, it says that limit 5, which means how many number of rows are given? 5 rows returned. Okay, so it has only returned 5 rows. And if you see here as well, if I just move it up, you'll see S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. These 5 rows have been returned. This way, you'll be able to see all the columns, right? You can explore that, okay, I have these many columns, and you have not run a very large query which will give you all the rows. Anyway, you didn't need it. You just wanted to see the data structure, the columns, and what kind of data types do you have. These kinds of information you wanted to extract, and now you have it. So this was a very simple example of limit, but limit can actually be very powerful if you combine limit with order by. If you combine limit with order by, it can solve a very important interview question as well. What is it? What if somebody asks you that just show me one row where we have generated the highest revenue? In this case, if you combine order by with limit, you can actually see that. How? Let's understand. So just now we saw that if you want to see the highest revenue, what do? You order by your data set as per the revenue revenue column, right? That's what you do. Let's do that first. Select everything from the column, from the table, order by. On the basis of which column do we want to sort? We want to sort on the basis of revenue underscore USD, and we want the highest one to come in the first row. So we have to sort it in descending manner. So we'll write descending. This will bring the highest revenue generator in the first row, right? That is done. But if you see currently, I'm getting all other rows as well, right? It has still returned me 1,000 rows. Did I want 1,000 rows? No, I don't want that. What do I want? I just want to see that row which has generated the highest revenue. That's it. That's all I want to see. So why do I want the rest 999 rows to be appearing? I don't want that, right? In that case, you have to use limit. Limit 1. What will this do? This will give you just one row from the very top, and this will remove all the other 999 rows. Let's run and see. Yes, it gave you just one row because you limited it to 1. You told SQL that I just want to see the very first row. Your data set already arranged, it's sorted on the basis of revenue USD, where the highest revenue was appearing in the first row, and limit did what? Limit removed all the other 999 rows. It just gave you that one row, and you got the answer, correct? So it's a good way if you are asked in an interview that give me the product which has generated the highest revenue. What you have to do, you have to combine the order by with the limit, right? So we can just write here, return the product which has generated highest revenue. Simple. Yeah. So which product has generated the highest revenue? The product is Boots and the brand is Skechers. Okay, so the Skechers is that brand which has generated the highest revenue, which we are getting by writing this query. Amazing, right? Give me the product which has generated the least revenue. What are you going to do? I'll write that query again just for you. Select everything from the table. First step would be ordering it by, right? Sorting your data set. Order by What do you want? You want revenue underscore USD. So that is done. Now you will not put descending here, okay? In this query, you'll not put descending here, because what do you want to see? You want to see the least revenue generated. For least revenue generated, the first row should be the one which has the less revenue, right? The least revenue, correct? That's what you want. How you'll get that? If you arrange your data set in an ascending manner, then automatically the first row would be the least one. Let's run this. So the first row, which is again from Skechers brand, and the shoe type was casual, okay, has generated a revenue of 32.38, which is the least value, okay? But again, do you want to see the other 999 rows? You do not want to see. What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to limit 1, and then you run, and the other 999 rows are removed, and you're just getting that one row which has given the least revenue. That's it. It's that simple. So here we can just write the question which says that return the product which has generated least revenue. So your answer would be, the product is casual shoe, the brand is Skechers, it's coming from USA country. If you do not want to see all these details, then you can just, instead of everything, you can write maybe shoe underscore type. This would just give you the shoe type which has the least revenue. So what was it? Casual. If you remember, when we ran this query, it gave us the whole columns, right? And what was the shoe type? The shoe type was casual. Now, the same thing we are doing, we're just calling one column. We do not want to see all the columns. The question that was asked to you would just to show the shoe type. Then you do not need the whole columns to be presented, right? So you just wanted to show the shoe type, and that's why you wrote this query. And then the answer is casual. Again, if somebody asks you, okay, just give me the brand. I do not want to see the shoe type. Just give me the brand. All you have to do is brand. Just write brand. That's it. Run it. And Skechers, right? So Skechers was that brand which gave the least revenue and the highest revenue. If you want to see the brand and shoe type, then what you have to do? Shoe type. So you are calling both columns, brand as well as shoe type. Yep, it gives you brand, which is Skechers, and then shoe type, which is casual. So we studied order by, we studied limit, and we combined order by with limit. And we also solved 2 questions. Let's do the same thing with the, let me run this query. What if somebody wants you to sort the whole data set on the basis of price USD? They want to see that what was the highest price that we had on our product. How are you supposed to do? Nothing. You're just supposed to write this. We'll call all the columns as of now. Order by. Do you want to order it by USD? Revenue USD? No. You want to order it by price USD. Okay? And you wanted to see the highest price, right? So I'll just try descending here. So you are ordering the whole data set on the basis of this price USD, and you are doing it in the descending manner, right? And this would be it. Let's run it. Ta-da! You got 249.94 was the highest price, which was of Skechers, of course, and the shoe type was sports, and yeah, this was your result. Similarly, if you want to see, okay, what was the least price that we had on our products? What are you supposed to do? Just remove descending from here and just run this. It was Nike, which was sold on the least price, and the price was 31.02. So you see, with the combination of order by and limit, you were able to answer these questions, right? So I think you understood the concept of order by and limit. Now let's move forward to our one of the important functions, which is distant. So what is distant? Let's understand. For that, first of all, let's run select everything. So we have a clear picture of our data set. This is our data set. We have 1000 rows, okay? And each row has a brand, Nike, Skechers, again Nike, New Balance, Adidas, Puma, Reebok. But do we have 1000 different brands? No, we have just 5-6 brands, and we are dealing with that. What if I'm not able to figure out that how many brands do we have from this data set? So I want to write a query which will just give me unique brand names. The brand names should not be repeated. because currently there are 1,000 rows, and it's possible that I'll miss on few brands if I just scroll manually like this, and if I check that, okay, what are these brands, that's a bad idea, right? In Excel you have a formula called unique. With the help of unique, you can actually find the unique values in a column. In SQL, for the same work, you have something called distant. Let me show you how distant helps you. What are you going to write? Select distant. Which column did you want to see? Brand from shoe sales. The result that you get will not have repeated values of brand. Let's see, how does it give you? Yes. So these were the 6 brands that were repeating in the 1,000 rows. But it will be very confusing if you want to go through manually, if you want to check that how many brands do you have. All you have to do is just use the distant before the column name that you want, and now just run it. That's it. And we have Nike, Skechers, New Balance, Adidas, Puma, Reebok. That's it. You got that, right? Do you want to repeat the exercise with other columns? Let's do that. What other columns do you have? We have shoe type. So again, we have boots, running, casual, formal, sports. Again, running, boots, sports. So we see we have repeated shoe types, right? But we want to see how many unique shoe types do we have. What do you have to do? Just copy this, paste this, semicolon, and this time, what is the column name? It is shoe and type. So now let's run this. Sorry, I wrote the wrong column name. Yep. So again, we have 6 types of shoe type. Boots, running, casual, formal, sports, sneakers. That's it. Easy to see like this, right? Instead of just manually scrolling across the data set. That's a hectic task. So that was the use of distant. Again, let's run this and see how can we actually use distant. Again, if you want to see that how many countries are we selling in, or how many colors are we dealing with, how many sales channel do we have, how do you want to do? You're just going to change this color. Imagine before, just run this. You are dealing with 6 colors. Okay, let's change this color with country. You are dealing with 7 countries. So you have UK, USA, UAE, France, Saudi Arabia, India, and Germany. So these are the 7 countries you're dealing with. So this was the use of distant. If you have a lot of rows and a column is getting repeated, but you want to see that how many unique values are there in that column, you have to use distant. Distant actually helps you a lot. You'll understand when you actually start solving queries, and when you are dealing with the large data sets, you have a lot of repeating values. Then you'll understand the importance of distant. Now, when we're discussing about order by, I missed to mention one point, that what if you want to sort your data set on the basis of different columns? Now, just one. So till now, we were sorting it out with the help of one column, right? What if you don't want to do like that? What if you want to sort it with 2 different columns? So imagine you want to first sort your data set on the basis of country and then on the basis of revenue USD. How will this work? So first of all, your data set will be sorted out on the basis of country. If few records have same country, then those records will be sorted out on the basis of revenue USD. That's how it works. And how are you going to write that? So what you'll do is, let's write revenue USD. So what it has done, first it has sorted out with the country name, right? Now we have a lot of rows where we have sales coming out from France. So which means that France, it will be all France. If you have a lot of values coming from the same country, it will start sorting it out on the basis of revenue. Because what did we say? We said the first sort it out on the basis of country, and if you get a lot of rows of the same country, you have a lot of values coming from the same country, then pick the another column which we have given you to sort the data set. That's why first it's sorted out on the basis of country, and whatever list of countries you had, if we sort it alphabetically, France comes up. That's why France is coming up. But France is coming a lot of times, so we have a lot of sales coming from France. In that case, it is sorting out on the basis of revenue USD, right? So you see it's starting from 76, 82, it has sorted out. If we go down, again after France, I think we'll have Germany, because that is the yes. Then it starts Germany. So you see, in Germany, it is starting from the least values. So first it has sorted out on the basis of Germany. After France, we have gotten Germany alphabetically, because that's how it comes alphabetically. And again, Germany's sales has started sorting out in the ascending manner. So you have 34, 54, 74, 83, 128. Again, the same pattern will be followed in the next query. I think it will be India. After Germany, we're getting India, because after G, we get I. And again, in India, we are getting this data sorted from the least to highest. So the least revenue which we are getting from India is 68.81, and then we have 92, 93, 121. So you understand how, if you are trying to sort on the basis of two columns, this is how it works. First, it will sort on the basis of the first column that you have given. If on the basis of the first column you have multiple rows, then it will pick the next row to sort it out. This was the best example to show that. Understood? Let's try, currently we had revenue USD, right? Let's try it on the basis of price. Price USD, right? Let's run this. Again, country, what is this? Country is coming France. Now, price USD, if you see, starting from 34, the least, and then gradually it starts increasing as you move down. Again, if you go down, you'll see Germany. Germany's price again started with the Germany, yeah. So Germany again started with 32.02, 32.0, 32.86, and things like that. And same with India, where the least price USD is written here, 31.21, and then 31.53. Gradually it's starting, right? So I think the concept is clear now, that if you are sorting it on the basis of two columns, then first it will sort on the basis of first column. If this column is giving a lot of repeated rows, then it will pick the second column and it will start sort on the basis of that. That sorting is done, it will again pick the first column, which is in our case country. So after France, we saw Germany. Again, it picked the country. So Germany was giving a lot of rows. Then it picked the second column and it started sorting it out on the basis of price USD. This is how it works if you want to sort your data set on the basis of multiple columns. Okay. You want me to show you another example? Let's see. Currently, we were first sorting it out on the basis of country and then price USD, right? Let's sort it out on the basis of brand. First, we'll sort it out on the basis of brand, and then we'll try to see that and then on the basis of revenue USD. Works? Let's try that. So we have brand, and we'll want to see, we can see price USD as well, but let's check revenue. Sorry, I wrote the wrong name. Now pay attention. It's sorting it out with Adidas. The first one is Adidas, because of course it's sorting it out alphabetically. Adidas is appearing in a lot of rows, right? If you see, we have these many sales coming from Adidas. What happens here? In the brand Adidas, it will start sorting it out from the least to highest, right? So Adidas, the least revenue which Adidas has given is 68.81, and then we have 76.24, then 91.77, and it will gradually start increasing till the time we have sales coming from Adidas. What is the second brand which is coming after Adidas? Let's scroll and see. We have something called New Balance. If I just make it wider, yeah, I can see New Balance. So after A, the next alphabet that we have in brand name is N, and that's why we have New Balance coming in. Again, it will start with the very lowest revenue that we have gotten from New Balance, which is 137.23. Then we have 161. And similarly, it will repeat after New Balance. Let's see which brand is coming. We have Nike. Okay. So after New Balance, we have Nike. And again, it started with the lowest revenue of Nike. Okay. So you see, the priority on the basis of which the data set will be sorted is first given to the first column, which is brand in our case. And the second would be the second column, which is revenue USD. So this is how it works when you have two columns and you want to sort on the basis of two columns. So this was it. And what all did we study? We studied order by, then we studied limit. We also combined limit with order by to solve a few questions. And then we studied distend. So I want you to practice these three functions. Take a data set of your choice. You can take it from ChatGPT, or you can take from Kaggle, or a lot of websites are there from where you can download the data set. In last session, I taught you where clause, and we solved a lot of questions. We put a lot of operators while using where clause. So I want you to practice using all those operators. Then we studied order by. Today we studied limit, distend. All these functions we have already covered. So it's your responsibility now to start using these functions and these operators and try to solve as many questions as you can. So yes, Study hard, practice more, and meet me the next session.